All right, welcome to 1 Minute Sports Blogs, episode number 4, football preview slash hockey preview, and we have a big ceremony today. We are introducing our new blogger, our El Capitan. He goes by the name of GroverSteveland. How's it going, Steve?
It's pretty good. You needed someone to come in and pick up the slack. I understand. You can't. Some people can't handle it. You gotta bring in the big guns. That's why I'm here.
Well, I was really the one doing the heavy lifting with the recruiting tours. I was going into the kitchens and the living rooms. I was sitting down with the mothers, trying to get people to get to the blog, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll just ask Steve. Chris didn't really help recruit at all.
I had no idea. I had no idea that we were even in the process of recruiting.
Oh yeah, I've been looking for new bloggers for months.
I'm not gonna say I've been the best so far, but every blog I've posted has had the most page views for that day. So, what are you gonna do?
All right.
Stevie Page views.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. So immediately lighting the blog scene on fire is Stevie Page views, GroverSteveland, El Capitan. You got way too many names.
I'm a man of many names. I do.
He also prefers Jumanji.
Jumanji. Apparently, I'm Jumanji.
All right, so for this episode, we're going to do some football, we're going to do some baseball, and then we're going to get into some hockey, which is where I'm putting all my eggs in that basket this winter. I don't think we can see the little bottom blocks. I'm going to try and find a way to do that. So, all right, we'll start off with some football. I don't know what to say about the Jets.
It's bad. It's bad. I don't get how you can be a Mets-Jets fan. That's just too much.
It physically hurt watching that game on Sunday.
You need something. You can't. Me and Chris are Mets-Giants. That's we suffer in the summers, and then our falls we have a little bit of joy.
Yeah, it's interesting at least, and Owen's got the Rangers too.
Yeah, that's true.
Who finally came around.
Yeah.
My dad, lifetime Mets-Jets fan, just quit on the Jets. Kansas City Chiefs. 3 years ago, when they were 1-15 or whatever they were, he joined on the Chiefs bandwagon, and since then they've been in a renaissance. Whole city of Kansas City. Got the Royals in the ALCS.
Damn.
I don't know.
Yeah, I watched the whole game Sunday just because I just was waiting for more things to go wrong. I was like, I've never seen this before. This is the
worst. You
worst.
had to see if they were going to cross midfield.
I didn't think they were going to. They just got that big penalty, and that's how they crossed midfield. Yeah. They didn't cross midfield on their own all day.
How many total yards did they have?
140. Yeah. They had
Gordon rushes for 179 a game.
Yep. We
embarrassing.
We got totally bum rushed. And now this week we're gonna get fucked by the Broncos big time. We might lose.
It's tough.
We might lose by 80.
Lost have to play the Broncos now.
Dude, it might be one of those week 1 through 3 college football games where we're one of those 1AA schools and we're going up against Oregon or Alabama, teams that just run up the score. We might lose 90-3.
Yeah, you're like West Georgia State right now. Playing with the SEC.
Maybe we'll be Appalachian State against Michigan.
There's always a chance.
Then your Giants have been
loving the Giants.
Resurrected. Not resurrected, but I thought it was going to be a terrible year.
After the preseason and the first 2 weeks, people were ready to they're done. They were saying, they're going to win 5 games. They're going to.
It's incredible how good Eli Manning is when he can set his feet and throw to competent receivers. He instantly becomes a top 10 quarterback in the league. Instantly.
Let's not go crazy. He's not top 10
Is that a
quarterback.
crazy statement? Absolutely not. Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
I don't think.
Name
I don't think top 10 is too far fetched. I mean,
He's definitely in the top half of the league in terms of quarterbacks, but he's way
Okay,
too.
so then name the 5 quarterbacks between 10 and 15 who override him, or 10 and 16.
Well, I don't have a list on me. If you had.
Exactly. You don't even know.
Well, you can't just say, like, when Eli is at his best, he's a top 10 quarterback, because he's way too inconsistent, like, to say that he's a top 10 quarterback. So that's why I'm saying he's a top half of the league quarterback, top 15.
where's Geno Smith?
Geno Smith doesn't deserve to be in the league anymore. Geno Smith doesn't deserve.
You sat here 3 weeks ago and told me you would rather have Geno Smith over Eli Manning.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I just.
You
Do you have any
sticking to that?
regrets?
Yeah, I regret it. I regret it. I absolutely. That's one of the biggest regrets I've ever had in my life. Is in episode 1 of 1 Minute Sports Blogs, I said I would rather have Geno Smith over Eli Manning, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Eli
Super
Manning.
Bowl MVP.
2-time Super Bowl MVP. I think that's one of the most, like, overemphasized awards. Like, it's like, I think it's like World Series MVP.
The 2-time Super Bowl MVPs, it's Brady, Montana, Staubach, and Eli. Eli just fell ass backwards into that one.
Well, the thing is that, like, everybody played so well in the first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was, like, such a collective effort that
If you
they
could
just had to
pivot
give it.
to the defensive line as a whole, they probably would have won it both times.
Yeah.
At least if you could give it to multiple people, it would be the defensive line won it in 07 because they just manhandled Brady that whole game.
I actually wish, looking back, I wish the Patriots had won both of those Super Bowls. I do. I really, and not even looking back, I was rooting for the Patriots in 2000.
Now, do you hate the Giants?
I do hate the Giants.
All right.
I want to say, oh, I just hate Giants fans. No, I just hate the Giants. I hate.
Because I like my dad and my brother are both Jet fans, so I grew up liking the Jets. I just like the Giants more.
No, it's like because we've got the little brother complex.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like the same way how, like, the Mets hate the Yankees, the Nets hate the Knicks, but, like, the Knicks.
I don't even think Nets-Knicks is even relevant. I mean,
I know, exactly.
I don't know a Net fan. I don't know a single one.
I know there's
I know no Net fans.
Then, like, Yankee fans don't have any problem with Met fans until the Yankees start doing bad, and then they have a problem with Met fans because that's fair. Yeah, it's just
The
that
whole
thing.
reason why I enjoy watching the Jets lose at times, but, like, it's not like I'm a Jet hater. Like, I'll root for them to win, but just watching Twitter when the Jets are sucking is just like a highlight of my week. It always makes my day.
Twitter was made for Jets games. It was. Twitter was made for Jets games.
The amount of suicide threats, violent remarks, and just despair tweets made during Jet games, like, just make it worth it for me. It's so entertaining.
I don't mean to, like, live tweet every single Jets game, but, like, there's just so many, like, angry things that I just have to say, and I need to tell people that, like, I watch it with, like, 3 other people, and I just need to tell the world, and it just ends up coming out, like, every 2 minutes I have another tweet, like, I swear to God, if Geno Smith comes out on this next drive, I'm going to stop watching.
No, that's what I did during the Wisconsin game this week. They had me on the floor. I was dying during that game because they suck so bad.
What is Wisconsin's hesitation to give the ball to Melvin Gordon?
He's the best player in the country.
Yeah, he's the best player in college football, and Wisconsin's like, we don't need him. Let's show him we can win with the quarterback.
I have no idea. The offensive coordinator is kind of like a sketchy dude, kind of. Like, he's not like a sketchy dude, but he's, like, very closed off and, like, awkward. And he, like, just, like, people who try to talk to him are just like, what the hell is, like, up with this guy? And he's just like, He just doesn't. I just don't think he understands how good of a player he has. Like on first and goal, you have to give your best player the ball, and
On
he
first, second, third, and fourth.
exactly. And instead, he rolled out his quarterback who missed the first 4 games because he couldn't throw the ball because there was a mental block in his head.
Wait, who is this? Who's your
Rolled him out. What?
Who's your
You still
quarterback?
have Stabby?
Well, no. The McAvoy started the first 5 games of the year.
Yeah. Who started this last game?
McAvoy. They replaced. Stabby came in just before halftime because McAvoy
Why,
just sucks.
why didn't Stabby start the first?
Stabby Wave.
Because Gary Anderson opened up the quarterback competition throughout camp, and then people were saying that Stabby should have still kept his job, but McAvoy came out winning the job, and then right after that went to like Stabby's head apparently, and he just like he got the yips. He had the football yips, like he couldn't throw the ball. Like it would slip out of his hand, and he would overthrow the ball all the time. It was short, like he couldn't complete a pass.
Didn't you just do that anyway?
No, but like he just
that
actually couldn't do it.
That's different than before.
No, and he
is that kind of like what's his name? Like what happened to kind of like Sanchez? Like Sanchez, like he wasn't horrible his first 2 years, and then something happened, and he just decided to stop being able to play football.
No, and Chuck Knobloch. You know, remember when he had like the yips?
He couldn't throw from second to first.
Yeah, it's just like that, and but then he like had a good week of practice last week apparently, so then they felt good enough to put. And one thing he does is stretch his arm while McAvoy's like a dual threat quarterback, but McAvoy just could not throw the ball, and we don't really need McAvoy to run the ball since we have such good backfield anyway. Okay, end of rant.
Joel Stabby, next quarterback of the New York Jets. All right, so who do you guys have this week for the Giants?
I like the Giants. I think the Eagles.
Oh, you have the Eagles. That was stupid.
The Eagles, they're 4-1. They're the least convincing 4-1.
Oh yeah, they've almost lost every single game.
Yeah, they should have lost. They should have lost to the Redskins.
They should have lost to the Redskins. They were losing at halftime to Jacksonville. They almost lost to the 49ers.
I remember when they were 3-0, their 3 wins were against the Jaguars and 2 teams whose only wins came against the Jaguars.
That's like used as like a baseline for like the NFL. How badly do you beat the Jaguars?
The Eagles' last 7 touchdowns have come on either special teams or defense.
Yeah. They didn't score an offensive touchdown. They scored 21 points against the 49ers without putting up an offensive point.
That's going to be a good game. I can't wait to watch that game.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Chris before when we were trying to figure out how to fix the video chat that Giants-Eagles Sunday night games, ridiculous things happen. Something crazy is going to happen, and it's just going to... The game's going to come down to the final second. And it's just something weird will happen, like a ridiculous fumble that shouldn't happen, or a ball is going to be thrown and tipped 15 times and then caught.
I've already decided that I'm going to die during this game. I've decided that my death will ensue during maybe not an Eagles game, but a time, maybe not this Eagles game, but another time when the Giants are playing the Eagles.
Yeah.
I survived my first bout when Deshaun Jackson ran it back. I survived my second bout when Eli flew forward and somehow lost the football, and I think the next time is going to be my third strike, and I'll be dead.
Then they have Dallas. They go to Philly, and then they go to Dallas, back-to-back weeks.
But that's good because then they get their road games against those 2 teams out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Are they in the season against the Redskins, or are they in the season?
I have no idea.
Whatever. I don't think they game.
They suck.
You guys are so lucky that like your heart attacks are coming while your team's winning games. I'm almost having heart attacks in like the first quarter because it's the Jets. Like there's no other explanation. It's like, oh, it's not that we can't pass. It's not that we just can't pass. We can't run. We can't block. We can't.
No, they have They need to give the ball to Ivory more. Ivory is good.
We need to give it to him 50 times a game.
Ivory is legit. He's a legit running back.
He's the best. This was like a debate on Twitter over the course of the game. Everybody was saying Chris Ivory is the best running back the Jets have had since Curtis Martin. And people were like, oh no, Thomas Jones.
I was going to say Tommy Jones.
No, but then the argument was that offensive line.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Was it Tommy Jones or was it that line?
It was the offensive line. They had 2 All-Pros and I think 3 or 4.
Who were the All-Pros? Mangold and DeBrick?
Mangold and DeBrick, and then they had Brandon Moore and I want to say
Matt Lawson.
Yeah. They were Pro Bowlers. So like that line was just amazing.
Yeah, that's how they got to the 2 championship games. That offensive line was
the offensive line. Yeah, now we suck.
All right, let's roll through predictions.
Yeah. All right, Jets. I've got the Broncos winning 49-7. I'll give us a touchdown. 49-7. What do you guys got for the Giants game?
I have Giants winning 31-28.
Oh, I have Giants 27-24.
Yeah. It's going to be close. It's probably going to come down to a field goal. But
I'm feeling a little Eli Manning 2-minute drill magic.
Maybe. I'm feeling the Giants the Giants will give up a special teams touchdown. Whether it's going to be a fumble on the kickoff or like a punt return or something, they'll give up a special teams touchdown.
At this point, I don't see how they can. I mean, like, just Philly special teams too hot right now.
They may give up 4. The Eagles may not score an offensive touchdown and still score 28 points.
I think that just proves how overrated and how fluky last year Nick Foles was.
Yeah. I was saying that the whole time. I don't take quarterback rating and just disregard it. I don't count it as a real thing.
It's not a real stat. It's
like it's so stupid. It's like it doesn't make sense to me. And it good quarterbacks have bad quarterback rating. Bad quarterbacks. It's a way of justifying bad quarterbacks. That's what I see it as.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Want to roll through some MLB playoffs? Get some baseball in here? Haven't talked much baseball in this.
Looking forward to Orioles Royals.
That's gonna be awesome.
I am in love with that series.
That's gonna be a fun.
I'm going to watch.
I'm hoping that goes 7 games.
I hope it goes 7 games, because I just don't want to watch the NLCS.
Yeah, the NLCS kind of makes me want to puke. It's the same thing.
Every single year, it's the same 2 teams.
The last time a team other than the Giants or Cardinals represented the National League in the World Series was the Phillies in 2009.
And fuck the Phillies. Ridiculous.
And I love the Cardinals. Love them.
Yeah, screw you.
Love them.
Who likes the Cardinals outside of assholes in St. Louis?
I don't understand how you can like St. Louis.
The only reason I would have to dislike them, they beat the Mets 1 time in 1 playoff series 8 years ago.
They beat the Mets 4 times in that playoff series.
Yeah, let's get that clear. If they had only beaten them once, I wouldn't have as big of a problem with the Cardinals.
It was the most traumatizing night
if
of my
the
life.
Mets had made it to any playoffs since then, you would just hate the last team to knock them out. You wouldn't hate the Cardinals anymore. Like, say the Mets made it in 07 or 08 and they just got knocked out by, like, the Giants. You would hate the Giants. You wouldn't hate the Cardinals anymore. You just hate the last team to eliminate them.
I would still probably hate the Cardinals because of what they did that night. I can't even speak. Like, I just choked up a little bit right there.
I just hate the Cardinals because they're always good and they shouldn't be good. Like, they have nobody on their team.
They're just well run. They lose all their good players and then they're just still good. They're just a well run team.
Like, I couldn't name 5 players on the Cardinals. I don't think.
Yeah, like, Mike Matheny.
They lost Pujols and then they lost Freeze and they're still
really good. And it's so stupid. I really fucking hate the Cardinals. They're after the Yankees. Cardinals are my second least favorite team in baseball.
Oh, I'm the opposite. When the Mets get eliminated, I start rooting for the Cardinals. They're my go-to default. number
That's
2.
ridiculous. You have to go to the American League first.
No, I hate American League ball. I hate the DH. I love watching
No, I'm
National
not talking about playing American League ball. I'm saying in the playoffs.
No, but I'm saying I can't really watch it as much. I don't like it as much watching it. Like
That's why I like the.
I can't get behind a team if I don't like the type of ball they play. Like if I don't like America. I like all the old time National League teams: the Cardinals, Giants, Pirates, Cubs.
I wish
Like all like the original National League franchises. I like all of them.
I
hate
just
the Cardinals the most.
I just hate the Cardinals. That's why I love the Royals so much because they're playing small ball in the American League.
They're bunting and they're stealing bases and they're playing 1930s ball in 2014.
It's awesome. It is awesome.
Another cool thing about the Royals is that people in Wisconsin hate Ned Yost for some reason. I guess like during their playoff run a couple years ago, like they just don't like him. And now he's doing like really well with the Cardinals, like playing small ball. I mean, with the Cardinals, with the Royals, like playing small ball, and they're all just pissed off about it, and I love it so much.
Royals have not lost a playoff game since 1985.
Yeah,
that is one hell of a powerhouse.
And they've only played in 5 playoff games since.
That's gonna be the Mets though. We haven't lost a playoff game since 2006.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how many? The Yankees have lost way more playoff games since then. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like, give us our due. We don't lose playoff games.
Yankees are finished. Yankees are
No,
done.
they'll end up spending $1 trillion this offseason and being.
Yeah, but on who? Like, you can just throw money at it, but like nothing. It might not attach like to something. Like Tanaka last year they just threw money at him and it stuck. But like they threw money at McCann and that just didn't do anything. Like, who are they gonna pick up?
Well, a lot of pitchers this year. A lot of free agent pitchers. There's Scherzer. There's Lester.
Yeah, they're gonna sign Lester.
Yeah.
I've got Lester going to the Yankees. But like they can't hit for.
Yeah, they need a hitter. Well, A-Rod's coming back.
Yeah, they'll get their 240, 25 guy.
Yeah, I mean.
That's basically Lucas Duda, but.
Is Duda going to be good next year?
Yes. And I refuse to think that otherwise, and I'm not even gonna.
Because I feel like the Mets are really banking on that. I feel like Alderson was maybe going to go get another bat, and then saw Lucas Duda and was like, nah, well, he's the best hitter in baseball. It's fine.
Well, we're trying to trade Murphy now. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to trade Murphy and probably like Plawecki or some combination for like a right-handed bat, like a power bat. Because
I know they were in talks of getting Starlin Castro, because they need a shortstop.
Yeah, but like because Murphy's arbitration eligible this year.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be a free agent next year, and he's going to want like $10 or $11 million a year, and there's no way in hell the Mets are giving him $10 or $11 million a year for like 3 years. So they're going to try and trade Murphy.
Trade whoever it takes, and bring in Giancarlo. Hardy and DeGrom
trade up.
Trade anyone else in the organization, and get Giancarlo Stanton.
If the Mets got Giancarlo Stanton, I would go streaking through the quad and to the
jumping a fountain, a la Jets beating the Patriots in the playoffs.
Yes.
Oh,
that was awesome. That was.
The Mets are bringing the walls in again. Last point to make about the Mets.
Yeah.
In right center, because right center is just impossible to hit a home run. They're bringing the walls in.
Because it's a joke. It's like a weird deformed shape that like I don't even know. But yeah, they're just gonna keep bringing them in until it's like Williamsport, where it's like 240 feet out. They're just.
I mean, it's tough to sign a free agent batter because no one wants to come and hit in this ballpark.
Yeah, because they're gonna.
They built that ballpark for the team they like were developing in like 04, 05, 06, like that speedy, very pitcher-oriented team, and everybody was hurt.
And no pitching, and
everybody was hurt or injured by 08 or 09, and it was just the worst thing ever. And now they have to live with that stadium for like 50 more years before.
the way I see it, it doesn't make sense to build like the stadium around pitching and stuff. Because if you have a good pitcher, he'll shut down hitters. It doesn't matter where the walls are. If you have a good pitcher, you're not going to hit off him. But I mean, if you like walls being far out can shut down a good hitter.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think you build the stadium and then fit your team to it. So they built the huge stadium, and now they're trying to develop pitching, and like the most success the Mets had was when their top two hitters were like or their top three hitters were Reyes, Pagan, and Wright, who were all guys who were just like who weren't Wright kind of a power hitter, but the other guys just like hitting the ball all over the ballpark, and they were just running around.
No, the
Like,
most success they had is when Delgado and Beltran are belting 40 a year.
well, in Shea Stadium. I mean, in Citi Field.
Well, they have not had any success in Citi Field.
They
Yeah.
haven't had a winning season in Citi Field.
Almost had one this year. 2 games.
2 games from a 500 season.
2 games from 500. I'll take it. That's a winning season at this point. That's a winning season at this point. You know what? 79 wins is a winning season at this point.
By the way, all these guys, these pitchers, they're all Lowell Manaea guys. DeGrom, Harvey, Wheeler, they're the Manaea guys.
They're the Manaea guys. Yeah.
Of course they are.
Because Manaea was the best GM ever, and we just...
Just couldn't see it.
All right, let's do some hockey.
Yeah.
Let's get into some hockey. I'm so pumped. I am so pumped for this game that is going on.
Yeah,
as we speak.
the puck probably just dropped, right?
Yeah, the puck probably just dropped, but I'm doing
I
this
can't
show.
watch it anyway. I mean, I could on my laptop.
I could watch it on. Actually, I could probably watch it on my phone. But you know what? I'll do the show. I'll do the preview because I care about.
Isles don't play until tomorrow.
I am putting all my eggs in the Rangers basket. The Knicks are gonna suck. The Jets are gonna suck.
The
Mets won't be doing anything until mid-October. So, like, I am putting all my eggs in the Rangers basket, and we're gonna win the cup this year.
all my teams right now they're all supposedly supposed to be on the rise. Mets, they should be coming into a good era of the Mets. The Giants are actually playing well. The Knicks, since Phil took over, has been made the team so much better with so much more room for improvement. And the Islanders have a great young team that should be good.
Yeah.
It's scaring the shit out of me because there's no way all 4 teams are going to start being good. That can't happen. That's like
at least 2.
No, you can't have good teams. What are you doing?
At least 2 are going to fall flat on their face.
Yeah.
And I hope to God it's the Giants and the Islanders. And that's for selfish reasons. That's
It's because those are 2 teams you don't root for.
shocker. Yeah.
I like the Isles this year. In the time when the Vanek experiment was horrible last year.
Mm-hmm.
They traded Molson, who was he played very well with Tavares and Okposo on the first line, and they had great chemistry, and they traded that. Vanek came in, and he was horrible when he started because they had no team chemistry. Figured it out around December, and from December to February, that line had the most points in all of hockey in that time. And then Tavares got hurt, and they traded Vanek again. And the team was just they had nothing to play for at that point, and they fell off.
I mean, I think the Islanders should be competitive this year.
I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll get
That's not far. I think they can make the playoffs.
They have a goalie for the first time since Osgood was in the net, which was 02.
I was thinking about the Islanders today because I used to go to a couple Islanders games a year.
Because
who was their captain 8 years ago?
Michael Pekka.
Mike Pekka.
I love that guy. I love Pekka.
That was jersey. It was great. 27.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had a Pekka jersey too when I was young.
Pekka was the man.
I had a Pekka shirt.
Yeah, no, that's what I had. I had a Pekka t-shirt.
He goes across the aisle. He gets everyone in.
No pun intended.
No, but the main issue last year was they would score goals, and then they had the 5,000-year-old skeleton of a game, Nabokov in the pipes, who
That
would
was
just give
awesome.
up 15
That was
goals a game
hilarious.
approximately. And they had no defenseman. They had, what's his name? They had Hamonic and Wisnowski, and that was pretty much it.
They did. I'll give them that. They saw what they needed,
And
then
they went out, they got Letty, they got Boychuk, and they got Halak, and those are 3 solid additions for the defense.
Yeah. The Rangers did the opposite. Well, we didn't have much flexibility in the cap to do much, so we had to make some sacrifices. Boyle had to go. Strawman had to go, because they were going to get huge deals that they didn't deserve. Deserve. What?
With success comes, like the Rangers' deep playoff run. Less and less teams are playing, and only a certain amount of players are playing longer games, and more people are watching those players because they're the only games on. And GMs are looking at somebody like Anton Strawman, play a decent second line and then gives him a big contract. People are looking at Puyat play a good third line and give him a good contract. And are they worth that much money? Probably not. But the Rangers aren't going to match that just because of their financial means, and they know their real value.
Yeah, I knew Strawman. The Rangers were never Strawman was good the whole year. He was always a second line defenseman. He went and got paid like a first line defenseman.
Yeah.
I think Boyle.
He got paid like a freaking first liner. Yeah. He got an absurd deal. He got 5 for 25.
Yeah, I know. That's huge. And Boyle was the one that the Rangers everybody loved Boyle, but he was a straight penalty killer, and then he wanted to be like a third line guy, and the Rangers were like, no, that's just ridiculous, and so they weren't going to pay him like one. But who we brought back that was big was Dom Moore. He was a big locker room guy.
And obviously re-signing, what's the name?
Kreider and
Brassard. That was the big.
Brassard. Bringing back the core group of guys. I think we didn't lose anybody who I'm gonna look and say, that's gonna really affect our season. We didn't lose Nash. We didn't lose Kreider. We didn't lose Hagelin. McDonough, we put the C on his chest. We didn't lose Girardi. We've got the king in the net. I mean, it's just about seeing how these young guys play now. It's seeing about how guys like Jesper Fast come up and play. Guys like JT Miller.
He's got to stick.
What?
JT Miller's got to stick in the pros instead of bouncing between there and Hartford.
Well, that's what Kreider was doing the past 2 years, and Kreider's due for a huge year, I think.
Kreider's good.
Especially after the playoffs, I think he's just he knows what he's about now. He knows that he's just able to overpower you, and I'm really pumped to see Kreider play this year. I'm thinking about getting a Kreider jersey. That's what I've been mulling over all of the winter, summer, and but yeah, I love Kreider. Yeah, I just think it's not going to be easy. The regular season last year, it was scary. There were times when we were towards the bottom of the Metropolitan Division. Then we went on a huge run in the second half, and it just went through the playoffs. But it's going to be, how far does Henrik Lundqvist bring us?
The Rangers last year got off to a really slow start.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
They didn't win a home game until 3 weeks into the season or something.
Yeah, until mid-November.
They didn't win a home game for
Well, no, what happened was they had to start on their first 9 games. They had to play on the road.
Yeah, I knew that.
Because Madison Square Garden wasn't finished yet.
Yeah. That's kind of like when the San Antonio Spurs, they go on this big road trip every year because they have the rodeo.
The rodeo, yeah.
Stadium.
It's kind of like the Mets with
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
That's not that doesn't affect the them playing there. It's just you can't park at the games. It's just if you
That's
want
why
to
there
try
are no people at
games,
the
you
games.
gotta go fuck yourself.
Circus.
It's
Well,
fine.
they try not to schedule games there either. Then
Yeah.
that's when they always do like their big West Coast swing, like end of August, beginning of September.
Yeah.
No, they always do a West Coast swing like right after the All-Star break because that's what always kills them.
They did that this year. I don't think that's always like that.
I don't think it killed them this year though.
No.
No, everybody
Did-
thought it was going to kill them, and I was the only person saying, no, I
You
don't
said
think
they were
it's
going to make the
kill
playoffs in like.
them. I
You
said they were
in,
going
like,
to make the
August.
playoffs.
You said they're going to make the playoffs in like early August.
Yeah. I wasn't that far off. They finished like 6 games out.
True. I mean, they weren't eliminated until like
The last
5
week.
games left in the season.
Yeah, they didn't get
They were
eliminated.
still technically alive, albeit they needed like 4 different teams to collapse to do it, and it would have been the most historic.
It would have been a Mets-esque collapse.
All right, I don't know how we got back onto the Mets.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of
It's
hockey.
just because we all like the Mets. So like one of us says Mets, I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh, Mets, where?
the Mets are going to play. Where's the
Yeah,
pitchers,
but
catchers?
Isles closing out the mausoleum. Last season at the barn.
Yeah.
I need to go see a game there this year. I haven't seen a game. I haven't been there since Haunted Coliseum back in senior year of high school.
I went to a bunch of games last year because they're so cheap. The games it's like $5. You get tickets. There's not really any bad seats at the Coliseum. But
Yeah,
I
I
wrote it
want to go see a game there.
I wrote it in my my Isles preview, which isn't even posted yet. I didn't finish it yet, but
slacking.
yeah, whatever.
I might have to
There's
fire
nothing like the stadium in the big games. It shakes. I mean, it's horribly engineered and horribly
That's like-
built, and it's
that's
just
like Shea
all
Stadium.
shaking. When I remember I was at a game they played the Blackhawks this year, and they won in overtime. And it was the first game after they announced the Olympic rosters, and everyone was pissed that Okposo didn't make the American team. And so like everyone was rowdy at the game, and Okposo scores the game winner in overtime, and the place just erupts, and like the walls are shaking, and like everyone's chanting USA.
Nash
Great,
just
it was great.
in the Ranger game, by the way. That's a good sign.
What happened? What did you say?
Nash scored.
How many did he score any goals in the
Did he score?
playoffs?
Let's go. This is gonna be big.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
I feel like didn't he disappear in the playoffs?
Yeah, he was
like,
gone.
What's his name?
Well, the thing was,
like,
everybody was like, yeah, he's gone in the playoffs. But then there's like,
He was like Jason Kidd for the Knicks when he went like 24 straight games without scoring a basket.
but all the announcers were saying like, oh, he's doing so much, like helping the team right now. I'm like, no, his job to help the team is to put the puck in the back of the net. That's why we blew up our entire core for him 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing his job if he's not like going right to the goal and shooting. Like, he could be playing the boards as much as possible, but like Rick Nash is not Rick Nash unless he's scoring.
Yeah. You can't have Rick Nash playing like he can't be the provider for the other team. Like he
No,
has
he
to be the guy going and getting the goals. He can't be looking for assists.
Off to a good start, baby. Off to a good start.
Jude just sent me an email. He said Kruger to Nash for the first goal of the season.
Jude?
Yeah, Jude.
He sent you an email?
Well, like from his iPad,
Oh.
so it's like a text kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm pumped about this season. I'm really optimistic about one of my teams for the first time in forever. Like since I don't even know.
I read a joke. It said it was an Isles preview thing, and it started off with it was like in 2003 the Philadelphia Charged played some other team in like the women's soccer like championship. And the game, like, I don't know, it was whatever the women's equivalent of the MLS is. And it was like in 2003, like Philadelphia Charged goalie Hope Solo like led the team in the game against, like, it was in Nassau Coliseum to win the championship. It was like, what does this have to do with Isles hockey? It's the first time since 2003 there's been hope on Long Island.
That's awful.
It's legit. I mean, what they made the playoffs 2 years ago. but that was just like it was like they made it a late run to get in,
And
and
the
like
East,
and they had to go up against the Penguins in the first round, and no one thought they were going to do anything. It didn't matter.
the East was so bad that year too. It was
Yeah.
before they went to the.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time since like Pekka was on the team that people are like, oh, we're going to make the playoffs like before the season starts. People are saying that.
It's gonna be fun.
Probably since the first lockout.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. And
Hockey time, baby, hockey time.
hockey, let's go. Hockey's back.
I'm pumped.
All right, let's do some predictions for our season.
All right,
Isles
first. We're gonna go.
Oh, you okay, Steve?
Undefeated and win the Stanley Cup.
Undefeated and win the Stanley Cup.
I'm gonna try to go to the last game at the Coliseum, which will be what, Game 2 of the Stanley Cup, right?
Game 2.
Right?
Game 2 of the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, that'll probably be the last game at the Coliseum.
What do you mean? They play just games 3 through 7 on the road?
Well, they're gonna win in 4. So first 2 at the Coliseum because they all have home ice.
Oh, okay.
And the next 2 wherever or whoever they play. Probably in Chicago. Don't win in Chicago.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how the Rangers are going to go undefeated if they're playing such a powerhouse like the Isles every once in a while. But
exactly.
I think we can make a run at the Metropolitan Division.
By the way, are they doing the Stadium Series again this year?
I don't know.
Because they counted the Stadium Series games as Islanders' home games, which is bullshit.
I know.
There was 10 Islander fans at the Stadium Series, and they counted as an Islanders' home game.
Yeah.
So the Rangers only actually came to the Coliseum once last season.
Yeah.
Which I disagreed with.
Money. Money talks.
I feel, wouldn't you get more money if you count as a Rangers home game?
No, because then you don't get a game at Madison Square Garden.
I guess so. Whatever.
Coming out of the Metropolitan, that's not an easy.
Metropolitan's tough.
I know.
There's a lot of good teams.
You got the Caps, you got the Penguins,
Columbus, Philly.
Yeah.
The 2 New York teams now.
No, I think Philly's really on the decline.
Yeah, Philly's not going to be good.
I think Philly had no business
snuck
making the
into the
playoffs last year.
I mean, they were the 3 seed in Metropolitan last year, so.
I don't know how though.
I don't think they had any business making it last year. I don't know how they did.
Yeah, I think the Rangers. I think we can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe we can make another Stanley Cup run if we get shit together. If the King again.
The West is so strong right now. I think it's.
The thing is, we only have to win 1 series against the West. We don't have to win 4 series against the West.
It's hard preseason wise. It's hard to pick. I wouldn't be able to pick an East team to win. The West is so good. The West is. I mean, you got the Kings, you got the Blackhawks, Sharks. Still really good. They lost. They beat the. I know they were winning last night. Did they end up beating the Kings last night?
Yeah, they beat the Kings last night.
You got a lot of good teams out in the West.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go watch some hockey. Because I'm super amped and I can.
Who are the Rangers playing right now?
We got the Blues. American hero TJ Oshie.
And Rockwell Center's own nephew.
Who?
Shattenkirk.
Oh.
I don't know. I just remember I was in Waxon's and had on the board with all the local sports. It said support. What's his name? Shattenkirk. Like Rockwell Center's. His uncle lives in Rockwell Center, so we're pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
We pretty much own the NHL at this point.
They might as well open up a franchise in Rockwell Center. They can play games at the rec center.
All right, boys.
All right.
Till next time.
Till next time. Episode 4 of Sports Blogs, wrapping it up. That's GroverSteveland. That's Baka Boom. Baka, whatever the fuck his name is.
Peace out.
I'm O-Dog. Peace out, everybody.